Welcome back, my YouTube family. Hope you guys are all doing well. I got some heavy ass squats today and I can't wait to take you along with me. All right, but before we go, I want you to check out this product, this t-shirt that I have out. On the front, Tank Strength Performance Coaching, little logo there to represent the brand, but on the back, it represents the mentality, breaking records and crushing demons. If you are a lifter who is interested in breaking some personal records and crushing those personal demons, please go visit my website, tankstrengthcoaching.com. If you're not, just continue watching the video. All right, for the pre-workout, what I'm having, this is going to be, while I'm working out, it's just water and cranberry juice. When I'm working out, it's not a problem, but throughout the day, sometimes it's hard for me to get enough water in, just because it tastes bland. I got other food I'm forcing down, everything like that. So mixing a little bit of cranberry juice, which has iodine in it, there's definitely some benefits to cranberry juice. It's just an easy way. I like the taste of it for me to get water in. Then also, before the workout, I don't have any Himalayan salt or whatever the new fancy thing is, but I do have iodized salt. Just for the sodium, put a pinch in my hand, took that down with some water, and what I'm having in the coffee, 2 Nespresso pods, decaffeinated. Don't feel like I need the caffeine right now. It's 2 o'clock. And then a teaspoon of honey. I mix that together. Big Pre doesn't want you to know this, but that's pretty much all you need.
No, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake you're inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence.
So, just ran into the grocery store. It's a little dark. And I got some whole milk. But I got it in a glass container. So, I had a stainless steel water bottle that I was using for a very long time. But I kind of like left it for a little bit. And there was some mold growing it. And I didn't want to drink out of it. Also, it was an older water bottle, one. And two, there was some stuff coming out about some of these Stanley water bottles that all the chicks drink out of. Well, they're drinking out of it, and they're like, oh my God, there's like lead exposure in these Stanley water bottles. And I'm like, looking at the water bottle I drink, I'm like, well, this is probably not much better than whatever manufacturer that Stanley. I'm sure, you know, similar practices, or if not the same company manufacturing this bottle here. So some of these stainless steel water bottles got lead exposure in them because of I think they were explaining like it's some type of metal that they used in order to vacuum seal the wool and all that crap. So anyways, I was thinking, well, what's better than some glass? And I was looking up online on Amazon, let me just get a glass water bottle. And they were like $25. And I was like, damn. And then I remembered at my grocery store, you can get milk in, you know, glass milk jars. And I was like, and they're only like $3. So I went on Amazon. I got a lid for it, like a reusable lid that I can use for it. And I'm just going to use this until it's time to recycle it. And I'll just bring it back and recycle it. Get my $3 back. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this whole milk post-workout. Interesting thing. So way back when I was, I think it was probably 2018, 2019, I took like some type of biology class, forgot what it was exactly. But the teacher was explaining this A2 versus A1 protein in milk. And then a lot of cows in the US have A2, A1 protein. And the A1 causes a lot of stomach upset for a lot of people. So he was saying, oh, well, now they're finding these cows, these very specific cows that have A2 protein. And it's a lot, and it works a lot better. So let's say you might not be lactose intolerant. You might have an intolerance to that A1 protein. Well, this guy, I don't know if you can see there, it says A2. And this is like an A2 milk-based protein. There's also another company, it's called A2, and it's just like A2 milk protein. So something interesting in case you guys trying to drink milk. Now, and then another thing is this. Sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, every time I have dairy, my stomach gets upset. Then you ask them, how often do you have dairy? Oh, like once a month. Yeah, you're introducing a completely new food that you've never had before. Once a month. It's a completely different food. That could upset anyone, whether it's a good food source or not a good food source. Another thing is to consider is like, if you're trying to introduce dairy back into your diet, which is probably not very supported by a lot of these nutrition gurus, but if you are, don't just like freaking drink a half a gallon of milk the first day. You're gonna freaking destroy your stomach because it's completely new food, right?
I don't know. I don't know if dairy is good for you or bad for you. I do have not the greatest acne. I think mostly it's just because I sweat a lot and I only shower once a day, where I should really be rinsing off multiple times throughout the day. Not necessarily full on soap and shampoo, but just rinsing off of water more than just once a day after a day of sitting in my sweat. Whatever, let's talk about the workout. So, started with some safety bar squats. Actually, I started with the over the head ball throws, which I did not record. 10 sets of 1. Those felt very good. Felt. I'll say I didn't feel as explosive with them, but the technique, like I felt like I was getting in the groove of the technique more, which I was okay with. The safety bar squats, I wanted a little bit more than 605 because last week I hit 605 for 3, and this week I hit 565 for 2, 605 for 2. I tried 625 for 2, and I just did basically a heavy eccentric with it. I felt pretty good. Like, you know, sometimes if you're training, this is a nice point. So if you're training, like your strength training, and let's say it's supposed to be an RP 9 or RP 8 or something like that, and you kind of overshoot, sometimes it's better just to like basically do a heavy eccentric. I realize the light's probably not great right now, but it's better just to do a heavy eccentric. When you just do a heavy eccentric, like I did with the safety bar squat, all I did, I got in good position, I went down with it really good, I attempted to stand up, I was like, all right, this is, either I'm not gonna get this, or it's gonna be so much of a grind, it could probably fuck up the rest of my workout or the rest of my week. Like the fatigue that this is gonna cause is gonna be so high. So I was like, I'm just gonna dump it. And you know, once you've been training for a while, you'll kind of understand like when the time is right to do that. But I just dumped it, and I'll be honest with you, like I did not feel like I had the fatigue as if I tried and grinded through, or a fatigue of like a failed almost deadlift, you know. Let's see if I can turn this light on. Yeah, so I felt pretty good about that. And then my coach had me programmed dumbbell Bulgarian split squats. I already had the safety bar up, I had the safety pins up. I just added a couple things to the safety pins to make them more sturdy, and I decided to do a kind of a hat-filled Bulgarian split squat. So I was supporting myself with my hands on those pins, as you saw there, and I really like that. You know, I don't know if I told you guys or not, but I don't think I did. Last week I was just warming up, and typically with a warm up I'll do like an ass to grass split squat, where I really try to get in a deep stretch. And I did a couple reps on my right leg, and then I went down for like a couple reps on my left leg, and on the second or third rep I got a major tweak in my glute hamstring area when I did that. And I was supposed to squat that day, and I couldn't. So I had to rest that day, and I went back to the gym the next day to squat, and it was fine. It's that overextended position where I get this tweak. And that same thing happened to me. I'm not sure if I shared it on my YouTube channel, but about 6 months ago when I was prepping for my all-time world record, I had the same thing happen to me, and I couldn't squat for like three weeks. It was a lot worse because I was doing Bulgarian split squats. I was doing the Bulgarian split squats like you saw today, and I went a little too heavy. I didn't have that hand support, and I just had the support on my back there, and it was feeling good for a very while. And I just went down, and you know, something. It felt like something like ripped. To be honest with you, nothing did. It was obviously the way I recovered fast and all that. It was definitely just like a pull, but that's how it felt. It was really bad. So anyways, long story short, and why I'm bringing that up is because, so today I was like kind of nervous about that, but the added stability of just having my hands there, it basically allowed me to really just focus on my leg. And I wasn't really I'm not trying to lift up with my hands, but I am stabilizing myself with my hands. So it becomes really just a single leg squat. If you have the equipment and space to do that at your gym, highly recommend, just as far as improving. And if you're an athlete, like I have some of my lacrosse players. I have this one lacrosse player, his name's Reed. Dude, I have two lacrosse players, both absolute animals in the gym and on the field. But this guy Reed, I'll have him do heavy zercher carry, so that it's in the crook of your elbow, reverse lunges. And he's gotten up to 235 pounds for 3 reps, 3 sets of 3 reps. I mean, it's hella impressive what he's able to do. And sure enough, it shows on the field, the explosiveness and power he gets from, sprinting. That training, that unilateral position is very, very important. I see some of these strength coaches online who be like, all I do is like a Bulgarian split squat or a zercher deadlift and all these, like, just so they can like show off their fancy, they're like, oh, look how hard or look how cool my workout is. The kings, as far as lower body training, it's going to be the squat. I mean, first off, the squat's going to be the king, right? If you can squat with 2 feet on the ground, 600, 700 pounds, you're going to be able to do Bulgarian split squats 300 plus pounds. Like, if you have a strong 2 foot on the ground squat, you're going to get strong with 1 foot on the ground squat, right? So you see these guys who like, or full like MMA combat kind of like strength training stuff, or at least I'll see it in my feed, and these guys are like, oh, zercher deadlift. Why do I train this? And then they cut to them like in the like doing jujitsu, and they like pick the guy up from that position. I mean, that's great, but you could also just train the deadlift, and if you just train the deadlift, you're going to be strong overall, and you're going to be able to get in that position too, right? Not saying there's anything wrong with a zercher deadlift. Not saying there's anything wrong with these split squat variations. They're all tools, but I don't know how often I would have them. If I would rather have an athlete train, if I would, given the option, an athlete train squat and deadlifts, or zercher deadlifts and Bulgarian split squats, I would go the squat and the deadlift. I think overall they're better at carrying over their general physical preparedness into their sport. Go on a little bit of a rant here, but that's what a lot of these athletes, that's what you're doing in the gym. You're not, good guy, Zach Evanesh, Underground Strength Gym. Check him out. He was a mentor for me for about a year. I learned a ton just in that. It was like 6 months, a year. Just in that amount of time, I learned so much about training athletes and training in general. So I still follow him today, and he was like probably one of the first real strength training guys on YouTube. Anyways, but he talks about this too. It's like he has been training high school athletes for a very long time. More specifically, very successfully high school wrestlers. He's also trained Navy SEALs, all these guys. And he's like, well, why? Now these parents are sending their kids to speed school, speed training, speed school. And a couple of there's one lacrosse kid, he does that too, which, it's not bad. I'm not going to say don't go and do that. But especially at the high school level, you want to be good at sprinting, sprint in your practice. You want to be explosive, be explosive when you practice the game. When you go to practice, when you play in the games, you're trying to put up the utmost effort and focus into that, right? What we do in the gym is just it's creating more resources. It's your general physical preparedness, right? The way I like to think about it is like training your general physical preparedness is like, that's like increasing your resources. That's increasing the steel. That's increasing the wood. That's increasing, let's say, increasing your bullets, the ammunition. That's increasing all that. That's what training your GPP is. Then when you go practice your sport, that's learning how to create that steel into buildings, create that wood into houses, actually use that ammo in war, in practice, in getting, in succeeding. That's where it is. Too often though, people try to create, like, they'll do like heavy bat swings. They're getting way too specific. Some athletes might need that. Some high-level athletes might be a better option for them. But most athletes, especially in high school, college, they just need to get bigger and stronger. I mean, that's just it. They just need to get bigger and stronger. And then once you tell your body, once you give your body the strength and the size and the power through proper training, then your body takes those resources and applies them to the sport. Carrying around a heavier stick for lacrosse practice and shooting with a heavy stick and then going into your normal stick during the games is never gonna be as beneficial as going from a body weight dip to a body weight plus a 90-pound dip like this guy Reed does. All right, finishing up the workout. I did that. I didn't record this, but I got some single leg presses in, and I did some glute ham raises, and then I recorded the neck extensions, and I finished up with some standing cable crunches. Overall, super happy. I was feeling kind of grumpy yesterday, but once you have a good training session, life is 20 million times better. One other thing before I leave. This is nice, I think, a goal or an idea I'm playing with. I was talking to my younger brother about this, who is also into working out and into training. Not to go too much into my personal life, but I would say overall, especially just with my viewpoint on life, everything like that, I have had a very blessed life, and I will continue to have a very blessed life. Doesn't mean I'm not working hard, does not mean I'm not grinding, but it's a blessed life. And one of the biggest blessings has been my strength, my size, and my love, and finding a love of lifting. Really finding my passion, my muse. And my younger brother, he's also very much into lifting. He's found a love in that too. And I'm assuming if you're watching this channel, and I'm assuming if you made it all the way to this part in the video, you love that too. And I just want to say that having that is so important in so many different aspects. But in one aspect, it's simply the ability to be intimidating. It's simply the ability to hold yourself up, to be confident, to know that you voluntarily put yourself through hard times so you can get bigger and stronger, so you can physically change your body. You're voluntarily forcing yourself to adapt through hardship, although it's fun hardship, right? Through work, I should say. Work is probably better. Through work for you to get better, right? And one of those things, one of the benefits of that is just being like an intimidating man. I'm not saying I'm the most intimidating guy in the world, but I'm definitely more intimidating, or a little bit more quote unquote manly than some of these other people walking around, and it's such a benefit. It's such a benefit. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And here's the reason why. I feel very comfortable in my skin compared to a lot of my peers at my age. And that's because I feel confident. I feel more confident as a man. I'm not saying I don't have room to improve, but I feel confident as a man, given the things I've done, given my size, given my strength. I feel confident as a man. I'm so thankful for that. And part of that is just being an intimidating guy. All right, I realize I'm circling around here, so let me get to the point. I have someone very close to me who is not as much of an intimidating guy, and he works at a restaurant, and he was telling me about this story about how he's like making a drink, and he was very excited, and I was very happy for him and proud for him that he was able to create this drink, and they were going to have it on the menu. And then we go to the restaurant, and he asked, "Hey, has anyone ordered my drink?" And they're like, "What's your drink?" And he goes like, "Oh, I forgot what it was called. It was during Halloween. It's like Bloodshot or something like that." And they're like, "Oh, that's yours? Oh yeah, no one told us that was yours." "Yeah, a couple people ordered it, yeah." And then just kind of the waiter walks off. And I was just thinking, and he was visibly kind of upset about that he wasn't getting credit for the work he has done. And I just feel, as you know, when you have a bit more confidence, it's like, yeah, dude, I did do that. And then I would probably go up to my boss like, "Hey, I never got credit for the thing. This is the thing I was doing. This is like what I put out. Like, give me the credit where credit is deserved." You know, being able to stand up and speak for myself. Another thing is too, like, there's a lot of fucking crazies out here. At least where I live in America, there's some freaking crazies out here, and I have a beautiful girlfriend. And the last thing I would ever want to do is someone to go up and kind of threaten that relationship or make her feel uncomfortable. So it's nice for her to be with someone who looks like me, just so people, it's just a deterrent for people. And I'd rather have that deterrent, and then, if need be, me be friendly and exciting and, oh, I'm comfortable around this guy, than just people automatically assume that they can kind of step over me or that relationship. I don't know if any of this is making sense, going on a little bit of a ramble here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm definitely enjoying these car talks, kind of making me rant, like just get out my thoughts. I think that's very healthy. All right. Enjoy, and also buy my t-shirt. You know, I really appreciate the support if you do, especially if you watched all this video. Check it out. It's a dope ass shirt. There's one in black with like this cream color accent, and then there's a cream colored shirt with a black accent. Both super cool. Please check it out. If you like it, please get it.